Hey everyone, welcome to the Withering Effect, episode 142. Today's date is May 1st, 2022, and I am Duds, or Duds Versus, known to the rest of the interwebs.
And I'm Jimbo. You may know me as Jimbo Slice 23. So what have you been up to this week, Duds?
Creative block. I actually spent half my week working on a villager trading hall. For people who don't keep up with the YouTube channel, I don't do a lot of building in creative mode and then just rebuilding it on Ripple Effect. Basically, everything you see in Ripple Effect was built there first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much a survival builder, and that takes longer than it really needs to.
Especially if you got to tear it down because you didn't like it.
Yes. So I spent 3 days working on a wall for this villager trading hall. And really, it wasn't the wall. It was the roof line. Roof lines lately seem to be my nemesis, which is rough.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get the roof line to look the way I wanted. And then I was looking at the building and I was like, well, this is just kind of a box. So I trashed it and I ripped it down. I was like, whatever. So I was trying to figure out what else to do for the rest of the episode because I had already done my nether tunnel and stuff. And I actually really enjoyed how the nether tunnel came out. I actually went back last night at 11:30 last night to add some more details.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I liked how that came out. So I just kept doing little detail works, adding different bit of terrain over here, adding some shrubbery and light blocks to add hidden lighting over there. And then I had an idea for this really decrepit tower on the other side of what will be my new storage room, because I needed a way to get up and down. Its main way in is just to fly in, which is all good and stuff until you die.
Yeah, so you don't have wings.
Right. So I was like, you know what? I need a way up and down. I need a tower that can reach both levels. So I built this really decrepit tower. It looks like giant chunks are missing and people were just too lazy to refill the chunks, so they put fence posts in its place, and I thought it looked pretty good. And then I went to do the roof, which scared the living crap out of me because I just said I spent 3 days on a roof line and tore it down, and that was it. And I ended up doing this cone-shaped roof, and it's the first time I made a cone-shaped roof without a picture or something to let me know how to do it. Like the little tower onside my house, that cone-shaped tower, the cone itself was a cone I had seen in a different image. I just changed the palette and a couple blocks to make it work for what I was doing. So now I'm building a cone roof from scratch, not looking at anything, and I was kind of worried, and also it had to be decrepit at the same time. So I built out a very symmetrical shaped roof, went around and placed stairs and slabs in weird place so it kind of looks like it's leaning a little bit to the left if you look at it just right. I was super happy with it. It gave me a little bit more oomph, like, okay, you know what? You haven't lost all your creative abilities. Let's do some more stuff.
Just some.
Exactly. I ended up throwing together one of the smallest pumpkin farms I've ever made. I think it only has 15 pumpkin stems, but it's working. I said I was going to make one for a while. I don't need a ton of pumpkins. They're quite literally just there to trade with some villagers.
Nah, I was just going to say that.
So I don't need pumpkins overflowing, and when they do overflow, they're just going to give me more bone meal. So I'm not going to complain about that.
Right. It's a good idea.
Yeah, that's kind of how I spent my week. I'm excited for next week. Next week, I'm planning on working inside the new storage room and getting that figured out. I've got 2 or 3 double chests of stuff that's now overflowing.
Ooh.
And it's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and throw these in shulker boxes for now, but I kind of need a spot to store stuff. Yeah, that's kind of my week. How about you?
That's where the storage room comes in, to store things. I've had a pretty long week. Before I start that, you mentioned using the fence posts in your build, and that reminds me of rebar, through the concrete.
Yes.
It's a pretty clever idea, and I was thinking maybe what iron bars might look like rebar in that situation.
I thought about iron bars, and the thing, when they start connecting, it didn't look good. It looked like a fence.
Okay.
if we could make them not connect. Like I even tried doing iron bar, fence post, so they wouldn't connect. And it just didn't look as good with the uniformity of the fence post. Like the fence post connects horizontally, but it's such a small connection compared to the vertical connection that you don't really notice it.
Okay. Yeah, I figured I'd ask about that because I didn't notice when I saw your build with the fence posts in there.
That's like the biggest detailed part of the build.
Yeah, I didn't even notice. I think I looked real quick when I stopped over. It's in your episode too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I must have missed that.
Yeah, Thursday night, I was sitting there and I had the platform laid out. Like I knew the shape of the platform and I had this staircase in the middle. That's all I had. And I said, by the end of the night, I want this built, the video edited, rendered, and uploaded so it'll go out on a Friday. Because I didn't want to have to wait an entire weekend again to post a video. So Thursday night was a late night.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was also able to push a video out.
Mm-hmm.
I did a little bit of replay mod, with the storyline. Jimbo meets Steve. Steve's kind of in another dimension. He's telling Jimbo, or my character, what's going on. And I'm trying to build heaven at the moment. And that storyline continues a little bit, but I don't get to build heaven just yet. I do a lot of interior on my cave base. Now, when I made this cave base, I made it like a lush interior where my enchanting setup is. Below it, it's kind of different down below. But I also wanted to make a bedroom and a memorial room, place to put the heads that I've gotten and, a decent place to sleep. And it's just been sitting there for pretty much all season because this was the first build that I started on and I haven't touched it since. If my mind gets going and I start doing other things, you kind of leave things behind. So I went back and I pretty much finished everything.
Yeah.
I don't really have to worry about any of those areas anymore. I can actually focus on the outside of my base, which I need to do a lot more landscaping. And, of course, I got to build heaven, which is a pretty big project. But besides that, I been working on a tutorial. Earlier in the season, I made a record farm from the creepers, and haven't seen that on any tutorials. So I want to make my own. Try to put that out there. See how that does.
What's your favorite kind of cereal? Tutorials.
It does sound like a cereal, doesn't it? That's funny.
Yeah.
It's like Oreos and tacos all together.
Oh.
Right?
Well, I'd say that I don't like Oreos, so.
Maybe, yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Oreo taco.
Let down.
Sounds delicious to me. Besides that, I haven't got much done with that, but I am almost done with another short. My last short did very well. I got over 570 views on it. This was the second short that I put out. My first one had over 250 views, so.
Jimbo becoming internet famous.
On shorts. Thing is, I fail so much when I record, and I get a lot of this footage, and I feel like my Minecraft footage is so forgotten about. Especially you have to, watch the whole episode to really get to some parts I find entertaining. That a lot of people don't get to because the quality isn't very good. It's one of my first videos I've made, and I put together shorts of just these fails from early on from doing YouTube, and I want to continue that. Just go along the episodes, find good parts at some good fails, and put shorts together about it. Get some content out of stuff that I didn't. It wasn't doing very well, I guess. And I'm actually 10 subscribers away from 500, so I'm hoping to get there.
Nice. Let's push Jimbo over 500, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but I got the tutorial, the short episode out today, so I've been busy doing this stuff, and that is it for my week.
Nice. Let's hop into some news because we do have a little bit of news. Let's start with Goathorn because that's something we've talked about before. Goathorn is finally in Java. I want to say Winter had plans on bringing it to Ripple Effect also. Like I want to say we have just the regular Goathorn already in the Ripple Effect.
Right.
I don't know how to get it. If it's the same, like you need a goat to start banging its head on things,
On the ripple effect?
Yeah.
He has them for sale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he made them and put them for sale. They're not very expensive, but there's really not much to it, you know.
Yeah, you just make some noises.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, there are more noises to be made now.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about this. There's 8 goat horn variants. 4 of them are exclusive to screaming goats.
I like the fact that a certain goat has its own sound.
Right.
You can actually farm a sound. You know, it's not a random drop. So I guess I got mixed feelings about it because, you know, one goat could give you all the sounds eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you know, if you want a certain sound, you can get more of that.
Yeah, the only thing is, like, it doesn't have much of a purpose.
Right.
And I get everything doesn't have to have a purpose, especially in Minecraft, the ultimate sandbox game. But little things would be cool, like music discs making the parrots dance. Like if I blow a goat horn around goats, maybe they come a little bit closer to me, or maybe parrots dance.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that would be cool.
Yeah, a little bit more function.
Yeah.
I think would be a lot more fun.
It doesn't have to be over the top game breaking changes. Just something cool hidden.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice. Like playing the goat horn around something will cause something to happen that could be small, but it'd be nice to know it's there.
Now, it's been a while since we talked about the goat horn, but isn't it like if you crouch, it makes a deeper noise, or you're looking down or up, something like that?
Yeah, and if you look up, it's a higher pitched noise.
Yeah, so it's really unique, actually. I mean, with all the different kinds.
It really is. And then you have like the copper variant.
Right.
I think the copper variant is the one that you can crouch down and look up.
Yeah, probably.
I think a regular goat horn just plays a regular goat horn noise.
Yeah, there's nothing really like that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's all there is. You know, we could give it a little more functionality, but it already has a good bit of uniqueness, I guess the word would be.
Yeah. I like the goat horn as it is. Like I can see it being fun to mess with people with, but as of right now, that's all it's for.
Yeah. What you think is sensitive as the warden is, it would have something to do with that. You know, it could, I think you mentioned give it like a stun.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Because it's not so much of, I mean, it's a horn. It's loud, but it also creates vibration.
The warden is not my favorite thing in the world right now. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
Let's go over some changes. So they say the allay connecting with note blocks is better with a visualized vibration particle. From all the videos I'm seeing, the particle looks the same. Maybe it appears more often.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it also says can now be blocked by wool. Now, on the videos I saw, this didn't happen. But then again, I didn't see someone place wool on every side of the note block.
Oh, okay.
They just place wool like on the top or on the side, and so like, see, it's not blocking it. It's like, well, put it on all the sides, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't notice that either. Usually they try to put it on top, which stops the noise.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's not triggered.
Yeah. That being said, like the allays collecting ability, I know a lot of people are wanting to make auto sorters out of this. I don't see it very well. Like their tossing's better, but you still have to make like a big hopper loop to collect everything.
Right. You might as well put it in there yourself, right?
Yeah. Or water streams are just as good. Now, I like the allay, and I will get an allay, and he will be my little buddy, and we will travel the world together. But
nice. Yeah,
using them to go get stuff and move stuff back and forth for you, to me, that mechanic just seems like it's not quite there yet. So, yeah.
Yeah, like you said, it's a really cool looking mob.
They are adorable looking.
It's like having a little Vex around.
Yeah. And I like their sound effects. Their sound effects are really cool.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like a mystical creature.
Yeah.
Which I always enjoy. Yeah, you're right. You know, using it in sorters, I feel like it'd be way easier and possibly less lag friendly, you know, without them.
Yeah, I don't know how much their AI contributes to lag.
Yeah, right.
But
I'm sure if there's like 20 of them in your sorter, that can't be good.
Right.
And I'm sure if you want to make a sorter, you're going to need more than that.
Yeah. Think about all the items in the game because they can only pick up one item at a time. Well, not one item at a time. You get one kind of item at a time.
Yeah, non-stackable items I could see, you know, helping with storage. But even then, there's a good bit of those.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I think the biggest draw will be like having a little companion to follow you around. Though you run into the thing where you have to give them an item to keep them close by.
Right.
I'll probably give mine a cookie or something.
Or a totem. I guess the totem works.
Oh yeah, totem would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever I need it to actually, like if I'm digging up a bunch of sand, because sand is one of those things where like I just go in a straight line as fast as I can, and then I walk back and pick up all the sand that gets left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Having them pick up the sand while I'm doing that is actually rather useful because it's a big open area. They're going to easily find me. We're not going to get stuck on stuff.
Yep. That's the first thing I thought of.
Yep.
When I saw the mechanics of it was if I'm out resource gathering, he could help me pick up these items that I'm missing. Because, sand does they fall into cracks and crevices you don't even notice, and you lose blocks that way. But, yeah, and it saves you time going back and grabbing that stuff.
Yes. So, yeah, I see the LA as a pet. It's basically a dog with more features.
It'd be fun if I can put him in a shulker box. And when I get there, I open my shulker box and he comes out.
You want a Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's pretty much a Pokemon in that case.
No, you can't put the LA in a box.
Go, LA. I choose you.
Oh.
Get sand attack.
Do not put an LA in a box.
That'd be fun.
Of course, now all I can think of is the Rick and Morty Mr. Meeseeks.
Oh no.
You want a Mr. Meeseeks. That's what you want.
Companion in a box. I'm just thinking of ways where this thing ain't gonna just wander off on you.
Yeah, if you give it an item, they stay near you.
Right.
So that's the big thing, is make sure you kind of have like a default item you could give it. And that's why I mentioned a cookie, and totem would actually be a better one in case it gets hit accidentally and dies.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume a totem could revive it.
Yeah, well, I did see where it did die with the totem, and it was able to come back.
There we go. That's cool. That's actually really cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps the lore of the totem real.
Right.
And it's not just player based, it's everything based. Anything holding this will come back to life.
And if that's a bug, keep it.
Yes.
Make that a feature, because that's pretty cool.
If I can somehow get the Ender Dragon to hold a totem when I strike it and kill it, it needs to come back.
Mm-hmm. Right. No exception. Not even the dragon.
No exceptions. Let's take a look at updated brewing stands base, UVs, and texture to match graphical fix in Bedrock. Okay, so I guess there's just a texture change for brewing stands.
Yeah, I didn't really notice.
Yeah. No one went over that in the videos I watched. One of the big things that happened, though, was explosions caused by player-ignited TNT will now cause experience drops from broken blocks.
Mm-hmm.
So if you break coal or diamonds or stuff like that, well, and Skulk, because Skulk's now a XP bank as it is.
Yep, it's a big one.
That's a big one. It didn't say mobs, though. If I blow up some mobs, XP? Does it already drop XP if you blow up mobs?
I think it does.
I would assume so. I've never tried it.
I know if you light TNT around a zombie pigman, it'll aggro all the pigmen. So I think if you kill it in one shot, but if it takes damage and it gets aggro, yeah, you'll aggro all the pigmen, the zombie pigmen.
Yeah. WyreGuy mentioned there could be an exception. So the guys during the raids that drop the totems.
Mm-hmm. Saw that.
My excuse is they're not holding the totem. It's in their pocket.
It's in the inventory. Yep.
That's different.
They had it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't die.
Uh-huh. Can't be hiding stuff in your pockets and expect it to work. I like TNT causing XP drops. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Now, there's TNT dupers.
Yes.
I didn't look and see if that did the same thing, because you're not technically lighting this thing. It's lighting itself.
I believe it does.
Still works.
I was talking to someone, I can't remember who it was. May have been Aubni, may have been KC, may have been some of the guys at Channel 64. I'm not sure. But because that first TNT is technically being ignited by you.
Right, okay.
So all the following or subsequent TNT is also you.
It's like linked.
Yeah.
All right.
Warden balancing. Oh boy.
Oh, the warden.
Yeah.
More warden stuff.
So their range attack now bypasses shields and armor.
And armor?
And armor. They lowered it from 10 damage or from 30 damage to 10 damage.
Okay.
But they also reduced the cooldown from 5 seconds to 2 seconds.
It's a lot of balancing they did.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel much balance to me. It's like, yes, it takes more hits to kill you, but it's now going to produce more hits faster.
Yeah.
So instead of one big attack, it's going to get you 3 small attacks.
Well, you see, the damage goes down a third.
Mm-hmm.
But the cooldown is less than a third, or more than a third.
It's like 2 times faster, or over 2 times faster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not quite a third, but so they give you just a little bit more.
Yeah, and this is where I go. I really like the idea of putting banners on shields, since banners are made out of wool, as a way to deflect this attack.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just a regular shield wouldn't do it. Gotta have a banner on it. I like that.
And the only reason I bring this up, I know the warden's not to be fought, but the warden is faster than you. You cannot hide from the warden. You cannot pillar away from the warden. So basically, summoning the warden accidentally is a death sentence.
Yeah.
That feels unfair.
Now they did give us a drop for the warden.
Yes, we get 1 skull catalyst on drop.
Right.
Which is fine. I was fine with the warden not dropping anything because of how they were designing it. My only thing is there's no counter punch. Even if it's not, like, I get the purpose is not to defeat the warden. Well, giving me something to stop the warden from killing me is not defeating the warden, if that makes sense. Like, just give me something to allow me a chance to run away if I accidentally summon the warden.
Yeah.
That's my big thing. As someone who stinks at any kind of PvE and PvP, me spawning a warden will kill me.
Yeah. And if you're not supposed to kill it, I could see, either you standing in one spot till this thing goes away, or, you're trying to weasel your way around it.
Well, you can't stand in one spot because it can smell you. It'll find you and kill you because it can smell you.
Right. And then, you're trying to get away from it and possibly summoning more of these suckers in, So you got like 5 wardens you got to get around. So, I mean, killing it is an option. That's one way to get it out of there. It doesn't drop XP though, right?
As far as I know, no XP.
Yeah, just the catalyst.
So it seems like the strategy is to just go down there with a ton of wool and quietly walk around and covering all the sensors with wool so it can't spawn.
Or just a bunch of chicken eggs. Just start spamming chicken eggs everywhere.
That's true. I forgot about the chicken eggs and the snowballs.
There was someone gave an example about iron golems, and they were, I think, 6 of them, maybe a little more, were able to handle a warden.
Iron golems are quickly becoming fashionable in Minecraft again.
Mm-hmm.
For a while there, they were only good to farm iron, and now they're really becoming defense mechanisms again, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that we've had this mob for so long, and now uses for it are coming back around.
Yeah, it's going to be rough to build the golem in the ancient city.
Yes.
Because you might spawn warden while you're doing that, but I could see you making a platform above the city and just dropping them down in there. They don't take fall damage, so yeah, it's like an airdrop golems.
Casey, I know I said becoming wrong. My nose is stopped up. I can't breathe.
Yep, you said becoming.
Yeah.
You didn't think we were going to let you get away with that, did you?
No. But no, being able to not defend against the warden, I forgot about the throwing the snowballs and chickens, but I still think the idea of a shield to deflect a sonic boom would be nice. But it needs to be a bannered shield, not a wooden shield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes way more sense.
Right. It brings back banner shield. Like, I've used a shield all season. I don't have a banner on my shield.
Mm-hmm. I haven't used a shield at all, really. And that would make me use one.
Mm-hmm.
I did see a video of someone fighting the warden, and they were able to pillar up 2 blocks, and the warden couldn't get them.
What?
Now, they could use the range attack, but the knockback wasn't as intense. I think it's because they had netherite armor, and it wasn't knocking them off this pillar. They would shift and stay on this pillar, and they were able to handle this warden fairly easy. So yeah, I don't know, that the melee range for the warden should be a little bit more than the player in that case, because if you're able to cheese it like that, then that's too easy. It's way too easy. I have to send you the video if I can find it.
Yeah.
Yep, pillared up 2 blocks, and the warden's head is like right next to him, and it would not do any melee, but would do the sonic attack. And he'd stay on that pillar, didn't get knocked off, and just keep swinging. I was like, huh.
Well, we all know the second the warden gets its finalized version, within an hour, someone will have a way to cheese it.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Big community in Minecraft.
Yeah, the community in Minecraft is just insane, and they'll know how to do it.
It's funny, you think like, well, it's not rocket science. No, some of the stuff is like rocket science, what they come up with.
Yeah.
Minecraft community.
But I think that's all I got for the news. Should we move on?
Yeah.
No listener comments this week, at least none that I found. There was a lot of talk about, weird suggestions we had early in the podcast life, which I don't think we're that weird, but...
We're a little weird, but...
I mean, we're weird in general, but...
Also, the suggestions.
Yeah.
Is it the comment about, being out of the Minecraft realm?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always an argument with that, because a lot of things we see come in, people argue that this isn't Minecraft enough, like when the Elytra come in.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, I don't know. Game's meant to be adjusted a little bit, but I think they do a good job of keeping it Minecraft like the developers. Maybe not us. Maybe we go out a little bit, but...
I don't know. I think definitely recently we've made sure to stay close to Minecraft.
I agree.
But yeah, guys, you should definitely join our Discord to leave some listener comments. Just take C3PO's word for it.
Hello, interwebs. I'm C3PO, a member of the Withering Effect Discord. A great place to talk to fellow like-minded Minecrafters and to get to know the people from the show. Sometimes there are even puppy pictures. Don't delay. Join the Discord today. Link is in the show notes. Toodaloo. Duds made me say that.
Thank you for the Discord ad, C3PO. And speaking of the Discord, it's the only place you can get involved in our Mending Minecraft vote. This week, we asked you to choose between one of 3 mobs for us to discuss and improve. Your choices were the Drowned, Librarian, and Stray.
And the winner of Mending Minecraft this week is... Stray.
Could see that one coming a mile away.
Yeah. Check out these votes. The Drowned had 4, Librarian 4, Stray 40.
Yeah.
It's pretty strange. No one wanted to hear about the Drowned, especially the Librarian. I saw some comments of why would they put Librarian in there. I could see a little bit of improvement, but we're going to talk about the Stray. And before we start, I got a few things here. Strays are variants of skeletons that spawn only in frozen, ice, and snowy biomes. Strays have 10 hearts of health and deal up to 2.5 hearts of damage. They are also known for using slowness arrows that slow the player down for 30 seconds and also drop arrows of slowness when killed by a player or tamed wolf. Strays themselves are not immune to slowness inflicted on them. Can't believe I couldn't read that. When a skeleton is kept inside powdered snow for 7 seconds, it converts into a stray, and strays don't take damage from freezing in powdered snow. That's a good change.
Mm.
They actually had it to where they took damage, and I'm like, why?
Yeah. Can strays walk on top of powdered snow?
I don't know.
I don't think they can. I think they sink like everything else.
Yeah, which that'd be a good fix to start with.
Yeah, it all depends on how you want to go with it, because skeletons sink in water, right? They don't swim.
Right.
So it would make sense that strays would sink in powdered snow. But that could be a cool advantage of the stray, is that it could walk on the powdered snow. So now you don't know that it's powdered snow.
Mm-hmm.
So you go running to kill the stray and you fall into powdered snow.
And they could give it a cool animation. When you're a skeleton and you convert and you're inside the block, it gets like a little, it like digs itself out or,
Yeah.
pulls itself out of the snow. Kind of like how a warden comes out of the ground. It could give it some kind of animation like that. That would be cool.
Instead of the pop animation we see all the time with like mobs leaving mine carts and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like how freaky would it be? Skeleton's coming at you and you're laughing at him because he's freezing. He turns into a stray and like turns the tides and comes crawling out of the snow. You're like, oh crap.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool to see.
Yeah. One of the other things I thought was strays should drop ice.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they already drop arrows. Is it slowness arrows? Yes.
Yes.
So dropping ice could be cool too. Now, stray farms are not the most efficient way to get supplies, but they have been done. So if you want to like farm bones, arrows, and ice, I could see you choosing a stray farm over an ice farm and a skeleton farm.
Mm-hmm.
Not the most efficient thing in the world, but it kind of works.
Yeah. I do like the fact that they have like more of a echoey sound effect. It's kind of similar to the skeleton,
Mm-hmm.
but they got their own sound.
Yeah.
Thought that was a good touch.
Aren't they taller too?
Maybe.
Or is it just the husk I'm thinking of that's taller?
I know they have like their skin animation. They have like a hood on,
Mm-hmm.
like a withered looking hood. So that might give them a little bit more height. Imagine it would.
I did have an idea for a group of strays acting like a raid, and I don't know what would set it off or what would happen, but like I just pictured a group of strays roaming like a pillager patrol, except like they freeze the water they're near, drop little pieces of snow.
How about they're on spiders like jockeys?
Could be, but I thought that would be like super creepy, just having these groups of strays patrolling around.
Yeah, it would be fun to see. There are a good bit in the snowy biome. There are chances that skeletons spawn too. I think it's like 80% chance it's a stray. So there are a good bit of them.
Well, I'm talking like patrolling not just in snowy biomes. Like you're at your base and you see a frozen piece of water that's turned to ice and a couple layers of snow powder, whatever.
Okay.
So you know a group of strays were there, but you don't know where they are.
Yeah, the fact that they have hoods on could give them that ability of when they come out in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That could be possible.
But that's all I had.
Yeah, I didn't really check and see if there was much in the Discord.
Strays are like, they're very cool looking mobs that we don't really run into a lot.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those biomes. Some don't see them too often.
Right.
I remember the first time I saw a stray, and I'm like, what is this thing? I had no idea. I thought it was a skeleton. Well, it kind of is. Yeah, I was real confused.
Yeah, Casey is up on a snowy mountain. We should ask him if he runs into them much.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a mountain thing, too.
Yeah.
I'm sure Carl has a lot of strays around.
Carl's base is in the nether.
Right.
Casey, who is listening live, part of the patron benefits, says he has not seen any strays.
So yeah, he lives in the mountain. There's snow there,
Mm-hmm.
but it might not be like snowy mountain. It might just be mountain.
Yeah, it doesn't count as that kind of biome, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just elevation gives it the snow, not the biome.
Yeah. Should we move into our topic?
Sure.
So, yeah, this topic is, where the heck is this stuff?
It's a good title.
That's my working title. Where the heck is this stuff? We were shown some concept art of Birch Forests. We haven't seen any of that in any of the snapshots.
Right.
I was looking for, especially considering mangrove swamp, something I didn't think I would look forward to, is the thing I'm looking forward to the most right now. I would really like to see what was going on with the Birch Forests.
Yep. And because they gave us that Birch Forest fan art or concept art, I won the mob vote or the Minecraft update vote. And it's hard to accept that if they're only going to update one biome. You know, we figured because they gave us, the art for the Birch Forest and the mangrove swamp, there would even be more.
Yeah.
That are hidden, but they're not even giving us the two.
I consider we're probably going to get 3 to 4.
Yeah.
And I wasn't thinking like full big blown changes, but like the mangrove swamp, would be the big biome change. And then you get little changes to birch, maybe savanna, maybe desert, just little things. But we haven't gotten anything.
Now, we saw a picture of ducks at one point.
Yeah, but I don't think that was part of anything.
Yeah.
I'd like it to have been.
Mm-hmm. Could be in the future, but I think it was a developer that posted that. But yeah, that's about it. Not much more. And it was outside the Birch Forest. I'm thinking this might be, the time where they released Birch Forest stuff, but not quite.
Yeah, I just want more information. If we're not getting it, tell us. But at the same time, that would be a huge letdown. Like, where are the fireflies?
Mm-hmm.
I get getting rid of the fireflies feeding the frogs kind of thing, because I knew it was going to be really hard to create fireflies that were interactable like that, because I figured the fireflies, being as small as they are, they needed to just be pixel animations, kind of like how we have the spore blossom.
Right.
All those little pixels floating around. I figured that's what we'd see with fireflies. So you wouldn't really interact with it. They would just kind of be there.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard a darn thing about fireflies since like the second week of snapshots.
Yeah. I don't even think, are they in Bedrock yet?
They're not in anything.
Right.
I want me some fireflies.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, it'd be nice to know.
Yeah.
Like we had archaeology. Everyone was ready for archaeology, excited about it. I mean, not everyone was excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, at least they let us know. Hey guys, this isn't coming out right away.
Yeah, that's on the back burner.
Yep, put it on the back burner.
Which also brings me to the combat update. Jeb, a couple years ago, was working on the combat update. I was extremely excited to see how that was going. And then we stopped hearing about it for a long time. And then we heard Ulraf had taken over and now he was doing the combat update. But that's the only information we have. We haven't gotten anything else.
Yeah. And you think because they kind of, they're letting us know about this combat update, I don't think it's going to be its own update. It might be sprinkled in with another update.
That's what I thought at first, but who knows now?
Yeah, usually it's a surprise, and it wouldn't be much of a surprise if it like combat update. Like, oh, okay, we knew it was coming, but I could see it being a part of another.
I could see an inventory/combat update comboed. I think that would be really nice.
I don't know. I'm expecting something with the inventory. There's another one, bundles. They kind of put that on the back burner.
Yeah, bundles. I'm not expecting anything anymore. I'm just kind of along for the ride. But these are things like communication about them would just be nice. So I don't get hopes up. Like fireflies were really high up on my list after Minecon, or was it Minecraft Live or whatever it's called now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think people were starting to get worried that we're not going to get them. I have a feeling we're going to get them in a snapshot. Fireflies.
Mm-hmm. You just think it's going to be one of the last ones.
Yeah, I really don't know about Birch Forest.
Yeah.
All we got is concept art. They actually put the fireflies in the game and showed us how they work and everything. And besides that, that's it. But, we still have snapshots left. And again, I think people were getting worried we're not getting these because some of these past snapshots have been like bug fixes. And normally that means, hey, this update's coming, So, but even in pre-releases, they'll sometimes give us something new.
I wouldn't even say because we're getting bug fixes that means it's coming, because the pattern I've seen is like, okay, here's a snapshot with a bunch of stuff, then it's bug fix, bug fix, bug fix. Here's a couple things, bug fix, bug fix, bug fix. Here's a couple things.
Yeah, I know one had a lot of bug fixes in it and people were speculating,
right,
hey, it's coming soon.
Well, and they did say summer of this year was the release, and it's May 1st. Summer officially starts, was it May 21st?
It's in June 21st.
June 21st, I'm sorry. I was guessing around the beginning of July was when it was going to get released. Just kind of like a rough guess.
Yeah.
Not a lot of time. And I know they're going to want to do pre-releases, at least a month of those.
Mm-hmm.
We are saying where's this and this, but there is a lot of stuff being added to this update.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be wanting a lot of tests.
Yeah, it's funny how we don't get these things, that we're expecting but they're throwing stuff at us left and right. Like,
Yeah.
the new disc, the new compass, things that we didn't know about.
Echo shards. I still am holding out hope that echo shards are going to do more than just create a compass.
Yeah.
Because if that's all it's good for, I would have rather just had the compass as the loot.
Mm-hmm. And what's good about playing Java is you get your chords.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily need it if you just look at your chords before you exit that death screen.
Can you access the F3 screen after you've died?
I think so.
I don't think you can. I've never done it.
You might not be able to. I don't think I've ever tried either.
I know a lot of people now that, Casey's saying you cannot.
Oh, so you gotta be prepped.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people now who play with the mini HUD data pack, which gives you your chords all the time. So if you die, your chords are still going to be on the screen.
Yeah. I know if you have it up and you die, it's still there, but you can't access it. Turn it on or off.
WyreGuy is saying Bedrock shows chords all the time. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think you have to turn it on.
Yeah, but see, that turns off the advancements, so doesn't it?
I don't know.
I know a lot of people, it does not turn off the advancements. Oh, I know a lot of people are big on advancement chasing. To me, once you've done it once, it's like, okay, whatever. But some people really enjoy that, so I could see where if something affects that, they're not liking it. But WyreGuy says no, it does not. Turning that on does not affect the advancements. So at that point, it's like,
yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the compass is cool. To me, the compass was made for the average Minecraft player. The casual kind of come on, play a little bit. They're not really getting into technical Minecraft, stuff like that. And I could see where those types of players would really, really like it and stuff. But guys like me and Jimbo, who are technical players, who will have trading halls that can replace everything we've lost in like 30 minutes, it's almost not even worth it.
Yeah, definitely also depends on where you're at.
Yeah, that too.
Like I always try to get my stuff back.
Mm-hmm.
But
if I'm out in the end busting and I die, yeah, it's gone.
I attempt it, but odds are you're not going to find it.
I won't attempt it because whenever I'm getting like shulker boxes and stuff, I immediately put that in my ender chest. So me dying is just losing my gear.
Yeah.
And I can replace that with villagers.
I don't know. I still try, I think. I make an attempt. That's probably where I would use it. The compass the most is in the end.
I'd like a compass that could help find other players. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would do it or even if you could do it. But the ability to find other players would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they'd have to, I don't know, you'd have to set it up somehow. Like right click on the player.
Yeah. You gotta bop them with the compass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's a lot of games you play where you gotta find other players on there.
I was gonna say, you could have this ginormous game of hide and seek.
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't make it worth playing, though, if you knew where they were.
Well, the compass would get you in the area, but you can hide vertically so different nowadays.
Okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Like you got the world.
Oh, yeah, the entire world.
To find players. Okay. I'm thinking of like a mini game area.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, the compass would be cheaty for a mini game.
Mm-hmm.
But an entire world?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not expecting that.
Yeah.
At least as of right now. But Fireflies, where's our Fireflies? That's all we want to know.
Yeah, give me some Fireflies. At least give me some information on my bug friends.
I think we were talking about, we should be able to bottle them up, use them as a light source.
I know, right? Could you imagine a bottle of Fireflies giving off a 7 light source? That'd be so nice.
Mm-hmm. And I could see it like almost like a pulsing, flickering.
Right, it would act like a candle.
Mm-hmm.
So good. I want it.
Yeah, we need Fireflies first.
Yeah. Maybe that's why they're taking so long. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. And being an ambient thing, could cause lag. So
yeah,
to figure, to smooth that out, I'm okay with waiting.
Yeah, but I think that's gonna do it today, guys. Carl is under the weather, so on top of all the work he's been having to do with guest recordings, we had 4 guests back to back, so he's been overwhelmed with that. We're gonna keep this episode a bit short so he doesn't feel even more stressed out doing this stuff. And Carl, if you need me to edit some stuff to help you catch up, I will be willing to help you edit. I know you say my editing sucks, but there we go. I do want to say a huge thank you to all of our patrons who are supporting our show. Our milk level patrons are Aerington, Aubni, Crock, FragileRock, Casey Plays Games, Obeep, and viperoustuna and WyreGuy. If you too would like to get access to exclusive benefits and hours of extra content each month, please consider joining at patreon.com/thewithering effect.
And if you like the show, you can share it with all of your friends and on social media. If you listen on Spotify, rate and follow us so you never miss a future episode. Or if you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review. Doing any of these really helps the show reach more listeners. If you'd like to get in contact with us, send an email to podcast@thewitheringeffect.com. Tweet us, leave a voice message, or join our Discord where you can have a chat with everyone who works on the show and fellow listeners. All the links are in the show notes.
This show has been brought to you by Jimbo and myself, but also our digital producer Carl. He helps make sure the show ends up where it should be, and the amazing music you hear in the intro and outro is created by the one and only Decoy. Everyone's social media info can be found in the show notes. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for getting with us. You should probably go drink your milk now. Bye.
See you guys.